the nicest. Me, whose touch is the rightest. Me, bad bitch, that's me. That bitch, that's me. Game bitch, that's me. Lame bitch, not me. What you get is what you see. And I bring.
Jgirlbyooty FamBam, how are you guys all doing tonight? My name is Janelle, and if you guys are new, welcome to the channel. And if you guys have been with me for a while, welcome back to the FamBam here. Without you guys, I would not be here today sitting behind this chair. So I just want to tell all my supporters, all my FamBam, because you guys are FamBam here to me. Thank you guys so very much. Each and every one of my FamBams, my subscribers that have subscribed to me, I love you guys so much. Like, there's not words that I can express. If I can do something for each and every one of you guys, I would, but I can't. But I would love to. So I'm here to talk about the Diva Cup, guys. I had seen people talk about a Diva Cup. TMI, guys, so if you guys aren't prepared or ready to hear TMI, then please jump off this channel. I mean, jump off this, this story time and watch one of my other videos if you guys need to or want to and can't hear this. But TMI, and we're gonna talk about this Diva Cup. Okay. I have really bad cramps that I cannot even deal with. I have some heavy bleeding when it's that time of the month. I used to get very bad cramps since I was 12 years old, and I would crawl into a ball and cry so hard at my parents' house, and I would just be like, why didn't you have me a boy? Why didn't I come out a boy? Like, I hate these. And I would literally cry. And my dad like felt so bad for me because he couldn't do anything for me. And I just would take Tylenol and there was like nothing that would help. So I would just cry and go into a ball because they hurt so bad, you know? Well, I still struggle with that. I still have bad cramps. I can take ibuprofen, which I take 1,600 milligrams of it, and sometimes it doesn't even help. I'll put a thermocare pad on my stomach with some Tiger Balm on top of my stomach, and sometimes I could still feel my cramps even then. So my cramps are gruesome. Well, I discovered a while back that I have Hashimoto's, and I have a celiac disease, so I'm allergic to gluten. So my friend was telling me that when you have Hashimoto's that we get really bad migraine headaches. We get really bad menstrual cramps. Well, when you eat gluten in your food. So I noticed that the other month before last, I started my period and I was eating gluten in my food, and my cramps weren't as bad. Well, this time around, I was eating gluten in my food and I was dying. Like, I was literally crying and it hurt so bad that nothing was helping it. My ibuprofen, my pad that I had on my stomach, I could still feel it. And when I'm on my period, it's like, don't talk to me, don't touch me, don't bug me. I'm the worst bee that anybody can be around. And my husband's like, oh, it's that time of the month, huh? And I'm like, yeah. So he already knows. So my tampons sometimes are so full sometimes, and I use regular, sometimes I'll use super, but it's so kind of hard because like I'll do a super, but then there's not very much blood. And then I'll do a regular, and then that's when I'm like leaking through it, and sometimes it's already coming out because the pad can't absorb any more blood. So sometimes I'm making a mess all over my underwear, you know? So I was listening to a lot of reviews about the Diva Cup. So here's the Diva Cup. I cleaned it, you guys. I only used this once, and that's why I'm gonna talk to you guys about it. and I'm going to be trying other cups because I loved this when I tried it at the time. I didn't have nails on at the time either. I don't have nails again. I wanted to get my nails done, but I do want to try this again because I love this. I hate tampons. I hate feeling the filling when you pull it out sometimes, and sometimes it's not all the way, you know, wet with the stuff that's on it, and it hurts, right? Well, this, when I tried this, I didn't know what the hell to do with it, you know? I don't know. Everybody says make sure you cut the little tip all the way off. I don't recommend that again ever because I did, so it didn't hurt me. And I cut it this short and we had problems, okay? So I kept trying to read to see how to do this with the directions, and they said to do it like this, and some girl was saying to do it like this. So if you do it like this, I like this way. If you pinch it like this and stick it up into your vagina, I did this on my bed because I tried it on the toilet and nothing was happening. So I laid on my bed and I put this in, but it was smacking me. So every time I was trying to put it in, this would go like that. And so I was getting a slap on my private, guys. So, and it did it like 2 times, and I was like, what the heck? How am I gonna put this in? Well, no one really talked about, well, Raw Beauty Christy and that other girl, Samantha Ravdal, didn't say this either. So I was like, how am I gonna put this in? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try KY. You know? I just thought the KY will help it. So I put some KY around here, and I put some a little bit down there. And I smushed it in like this, and I held it tight, and then I felt around there. Sorry you guys, but this is what you have to do. Felt around there and everything, and I got it slipping or sliding, just kidding. I got it good, and I slipped it in and I twisted it, and it opened up perfectly. It wasn't bothering me or anything. So it sucked up in there because it says to turn it around. So when you get it up there, you turn it around. So I was able to turn it around, and it must have opened up in there and sucked on. And that whole night, I had a tissue down there, or I mean a panty liner, so I wouldn't make a mess on my underwear or anything. And I didn't know how this was gonna work. I didn't feel a thing. I didn't feel it like it was a tampon in there or nothing. And it comes with this little bag right here. And you clean it and you wash it really good and you stick it back in your bag, and then you wait till your next time that it comes to visit you again, right? So I put it in, and the whole night I didn't feel nothing. I didn't spot nothing. But what happened is when it got time to for me to pull it out, and I knew it was about that time, because it says you could leave this in for 12 hours. 12 hours, take it out, clean it, and then insert it in. Well, oh my gosh. I tried to do that when it came time to do that. And when I sat down with this, I didn't feel it. It didn't hurt, nothing. When you have a tampon on, sometimes you can feel it. It kind of hurts. It's awful. This, I didn't feel a thing. I love this, okay? So it came time to take it out. Well, I cut it too short. So please do not cut your Diva Cup or any cup this short. Make sure you have room so when you go to pull it out, you have a little bit of way to grab onto that little stem and pull it out. And yes, you're gonna have to get in there and grab it out. And if you're not used to, TMI guys, but if you're not used to, you know, getting to know yourself, I would suggest you're gonna have a hard time pulling it back out. And sorry, I don't know why my camera dies on me all the time. If anybody knows, let me know, because my camera will shut off. It'll say something. I don't know. Where were we? Okay. So, if you guys don't know or don't like to get to know your business down there, then I suggest you will have a hard time getting this out. And since I cut it so short, I couldn't pull this out. So it came close to the time to take it out, okay? I go in the bathroom, I try to grab it, and I can't grab the stem there because it's all the way up in there, you know? So I go try to stick my hands up my vagina to pull this out. And there was no possible way to pull it out. I could not grab this little stem. So I tried, and I was getting sick because I don't like to get to know myself down there, okay? If I'm doing it for man, then that's different. But sorry, TMI, I know, guys. But I gotta tell you the full in-depth story of this because whew, it was brutal. So I come out of the bathroom and I tell my husband, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I can't get this out. I said, it started getting me sick, like nauseous. I wanted to throw up. And I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I guess we're gonna have to go to the emergency room tomorrow or a doctor to get this out. My Diva Cup, I'm gonna have to go to the emergency room and get this Diva Cup pulled out of my vagina. And I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to cry myself to fucking sleep. So then I did that, actually, and my nephew was here that night, I think. Or was he? I don't know. I don't remember. But I was like literally crying, and I didn't go to bed. I laid on the couch, and my husband had fallen asleep, and I tried to do it again, and I just couldn't. So then I was like, fuck. I need to get this shit out of my vagina. And I was like, how am I going to do that? There's just no way. And so I told my husband, like, how am I gonna get it out? Like, I can't. I don't want to be feeling down there. It's grossing me out. Like, I'm getting sick. I want to throw up. And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, I don't know either. So good riddance to me, right? So then 3 o'clock in the morning came around, or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm still up. I'm still crying because I don't understand how I'm gonna get this out. So I try again, and I'm literally about to throw up, gag. And I was like, you know what? I can't do it. I just gotta leave it in there. So I was like, I'll just call the doctor in the morning, and that's how I'm gonna have to deal with it. So I fell asleep that night, and by the morning, I was already feeling, when I went to the restroom to pee, it was still up in there. When I went to go pee, I started seeing the spotting. So I was like, dang, so it must be full by now, you know? And I was like, shit, like, what am I gonna do? So I just went back to bed, and I just crawled into the ball, and I couldn't fall asleep. And finally, by the time I did, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I got up to use the restroom. And when I was using the restroom, I was like, hopefully this will come out on its own. Thinking that, but I was like, yeah, right, it probably won't. Well, I guess something happened in there where the blood, something pushed all the way down to this Diva Cup, and it just like popped out. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I had it, it was already coming out. So I grabbed it in the toilet, in my hand, I mean, and I grabbed it, and I, you know, let the thing, you know, your business go all in the toilet. And I flushed it, and I got up, and I went to the sink, and I washed it so good, and I was like so relieved because I couldn't even sleep because I was so sick and nauseous and feeling like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna get this damn thing out? This is ridiculous. And I cried myself to sleep all night, and I couldn't go to sleep until finally I did. And then to go to the restroom, and it just to pop out was such a relief to me. So I cleaned it real good, and I was like, screw that. I'm not even going to try to put it in anymore. It's like, it's pointless because of the tip. So I loved it. Like, really, it's like the best thing ever. You don't feel anything, you don't feel it. And if you can get it out with no problem and try to use it again, I would love to. Everybody loves these. They say that it's like their best friend, and they've been using it for 5 years. So I ordered a salt cup, and see how big the stem is. Looks like a nipple. I'm just kidding. So I ordered the salt cup because I heard this is really good. And these are much safer than tampons. So I'm not gonna cut it this time all the way to there. I'm gonna cut the tip just up to there because I don't believe that this will bother me. And they're just different sizes. So they say if you have never had a kid, you get the cup number 1. If you've had a kid, you get cup number 2. So I got cup number 2. And I'm excited to, when that friend comes around next month, to try this because I really enjoyed it. I loved it. It was the most comfortable thing ever. And then I ordered the Lena cup because I heard a lot of people like this too. So I want to try both of these, and I want to maybe order a Diva Cup later on, but they're so expensive, and maybe just cut off the tip or just get rid of the Diva Cup and just use these two and don't cut the tip so much, you know. And I took off my nails. I wanted to get them done again. But if you have nails, I don't know how you're going to be able to do that. You'll flip and be pinching your como se llama down there. No, 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 no. So here's the Lena cup. And it has a really long thing. But remember, y'all, do not cut it so short here because you'll be screwed. Cut just like a little bit maybe, and so you can be able to grab it. I think if I had another bit of leeway, I would have been able to grab the thing to grab it, because you got to really put your fingers in there to grab this whole thing to suction it out and pull it out. And that's what I listened to after everything was going on. I was listening to some girl try to explain to me how to pull it out, and I listened to her and I tried that, but I was already getting sick because I didn't like the feeling that my hands were all in my business, and I had to like literally try to dig in there because I cut the stem so short. I was getting so sick and nauseous that I couldn't do that. Actually, I got 2. Awesome. So I got 2 for the price of 1, but I think this one's the small one and this is number 2. This is number 1, this is number 2. So that's really cool. So yeah, you got to keep a little bit of leeway to pull that sucker out. If not, you're not going to get it out. So cut it just a tiny bit, you guys. Don't cut it too short. So when it's that time to pull it out and clean it and reinsert it, make sure you're able to grab it. And I think that will help to grab this little stem here and then to go a little bit up to pull it. And you have this to kind of suction it out. And it shows you the directions on how to pull it out and stuff. And if you guys need to watch other videos to know how to pull it out, I will be talking to you guys about my next time experience when that blood monster comes to visit me next month, you know. It was an experience. It was an experience. I think just Jessica was telling her about it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do about it? It was horrible. But they're the best thing ever compared to a tampon. That's all I gotta say. I hate tampons. Like, ever since I tried it, and I only tried it 1 time, I loved it. So maybe I'll get my nails done after. I don't know, because I really enjoy these. So maybe I'll never get my nails done with acrylic, and I'll just love these for the rest of my life, because the Diva Cup was amazing that night. So I just wanted to share my experience with this and let you guys know, do not cut it short. And if you don't like to get to know yourself down there, you will have a hard time trying to take that out. And I know that Samantha had said that, and Raw Beauty Christy had said that in their videos too. Like, you got to get up in there. You got to be like saying, hi, hello, how are you? hi, how are ya? You know? So, if you don't like that, you're not gonna like getting it out, because I fucking hated it. I literally got sick where I almost threw up because I couldn't handle myself trying to pull it out. So make sure you guys be careful. Don't cut it too small. Make sure you have a little bit of stem to pull it out and help you at the end. And I will be coming back to tell you guys about part 2 and how the experience went when I don't cut off the whole stem. And it's getting stuck in there. But I was so happy when it just popped out and I didn't have to go to the doctors or the emergency room, because I was like, what am I gonna tell them, that I'm such an idiot and I put a Diva Cup and a Diva Cup stuck inside my vagina? Oh my gosh, you guys, like, it was horrible. That night was horrible for me. And then I hated it because I had to wear my tampons that I hate so much. So, oh, it was a pain in the ass. So you guys, thank you for joining my little story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you got some good information from it. And if you want to try these, like I said, I love them. And also, I will be coming out with a video, if not tonight, tomorrow, letting people know who won those 2 pallets on the giveaway. And I also ordered the Bloodlust today. So I ordered 2 today, and I'll be doing a giveaway with this palette and the Bloodlust. I don't know when or what my mark's gonna be on the subscriber count, but I will be letting you know, and I'll be coming out with that video as well. And I will catch you on the next one. And never forget, guys, te amo muchísimo. And I hope you guys enjoyed your popcorn and drink. Gluten-free. Popcorn gluten-free. Bye. Love you, bye.